Mile Muncher, and we're about done with the mock-up stage on this bike. Like Otto says, if you don't have a frame jig in your shop, don't call it a build. So I'm not going to call this a build. I didn't build the frame. I didn't build the engine. In fact, that's one of the really nice things about this, why it hasn't been a real heartache to get it done in the amount of time that we were given. It's not like most motorcycle projects where you have to build the engine, you have to build the transmission, you have to find all this stuff that's 70 years old. S&S gave us the motor, and then we worked with Drag Specialties on getting the Paco frame. Baker was really great to us with the transmission, and so a lot of these parts we just absolutely know are going to work right out of the box. So that's allowed me to kind of take my time and do a couple of fun things, like bury a bunch of the stuff in the oil tank and work with Dalton to get those wheels made, and Dwayne Ballard to do this seat. When it came time for the sissy bar, I've always wanted to do what I've heard referred to as South Bay bars. That's these little knee joints that are put in there. Obviously that makes the sissy bar way stronger. Pipes are super simple. First time I've ever done a squish pipe. Made sure to make them exit so they're not splattering all over the bike. So on the two-piece seat that Dwayne Ballard's doing, I had knee surgery a couple months ago, and they made me stand on this balance foam stuff that was kind of weird, but it seemed really neat and it doesn't compress, so I bought some, and Dwayne actually was successful in shaping that up and making a seat out of it. So that's what you see for the blue stuff, and it really just doesn't compress, it just kind of springs back. On the front end, 39mm, got the lowbrow fork caps that are super nice. An old Sportster eyebrow and headlight combo. I really like these early Sportster eyebrows. They're just narrower and just kind of neater. The bars, these are mock-ups for a new bar that we're gonna have for Bitwell. It's got the feet with these cast or CNC'd lugs from our Murdoch risers, and we cut the top off the risers and then took some of our high drags and cut those apart and put these with more sweep. So they're about 45 degrees, and this should be pretty neat and put my hands right where I want them to be. On the back, this is a lowbrow fender, and it worked out really good. We used a shrinker and a stretcher to make it match the radius of the tire. I'm trying to use these super nice Metzlers on there. I don't want to have to change tires every 5,000 miles on this bike, so we're going with these really modern ones. On the back, I'm using one of our taillights. This one's just kind of bolted up in there. It's a Model D. I think I'm going to end up shaving it down or whatever, making it different. I made this top motor mount out of 3 of our stainless steel seat hinges, so that may be the world's most expensive top motor mount. So we got a ton of these parts from Drag Specialties. It's really nice to just be able to flip through a book and figure out what you want. So that oil tank was a stock piece out of their catalog. Same with the master cylinder, the Paco frame, of course, all that stuff. Sometimes things are so crappy that it's just easier to make it yourself, but for the things that other people already make that are really good, it's nice to be able to go to Drag Specialties and just get what you want. I think towards the end of the week I'm going to tear this thing down, and the seat's going to go back to Dwayne. He can cover that. I think the tank's going to go to Matt Ross tomorrow, so you can get started on that. Everything else is going to get finished. There's a few spots that we need to weld the backside of and things like that. Do that over the weekend, and then next week Matt will get the rest of the frame and the oil tank and things that need to get painted, and then polishing up all the aluminum and stainless bits, and then it's going to be reassembly.